Oh, yeah, Central staying true to those mighty Eagles of NCCU, holding them down all the way from the ground to Chinatown. It's your boy, G. Jones, hanging out with you inside the second block of the People Show. We are AudioNet Channel 9, guys. We were breaking down, when we left off before the music break, we were still breaking down the game. We had just begun, breaking down the game, Game 4. I'm going to continue to touch on it a little bit because it is a big game. I believe that whether it's Chris Bosh, D. Wade, LeBron James, Norris Cole, Mario Chalmers, Ray Allen, blah, 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 the Heat have to find a way to get some easy baskets in Game 4. Or at the very least, they got to find a way to get to the free throw line, I don't know, call it 7, 8, 9, 10 more times more than they did in Game 3. They just weren't getting fouled, weren't getting calls. It is what it is. The problem, I believe, is not, as far as the Heat go, the problem is not their bench. Ray Allen putting in his point, 10, 11 points a game. A couple key threes. Norris Cole doing his thing in the paint, coming off the bench. Mario Chalmers in and out, he's doing his thing. Mike Miller coming there and putting points on the board. 3 for 3 with the 3 points. I mean, the guy is doing things. It's the first team that seems to be having an issue cohesively in Miami. It starts and ends with LeBron James. He's going to have, again, he will have the pressure of the entire league on his shoulders tonight. And I'm sorry, but it's rightly so, because he's coming off the worst performance of the postseason so far Tuesday night. What could be the story of Miami's Big Three is going to go down as one of the most polarizing stories in sports history, at least in basketball history, I think. Miami has tried to build a franchise. What Miami did was try to build a dynasty mode. They picked up the controllers to 2K13 and tried to make some trades and turned off the salary cap and, tried to build a dynasty of superstars. It was all fun and games because, according to Miami's news sources and team camaraderie and things that these guys would say, they were like the three best friends that anyone could have. It was The Hangover Part 4. Whatever. 3 years later, the fairy tale is over. As a member, I suppose, of the media, I almost feel remiss when I refer to them as the Big Three. Call them the Big 1.5. The Big 1 and 2 3/4. Let's call them the Big Improper Fraction. So, what causes a phenom like LeBron? 3 years later, we have more questions than answers when it comes to the Big Three. And by the way, I think this could make a really interesting 30 for 30 one day. What causes a phenom like LeBron to freeze up on the big stage? I mean, what's happening here? Age finds us all. I think D. Wade is learning this the hard way. And it sucks too, because I really foresee a Grant Hill-esque battle in front of him. I do not see D. Wade returning as a superstar top 3 player in the league. What about Chris Bosh? What happened to the guy that was really good when he played for Toronto? Was it something about that Canadian air, eh? Something about the Toronto Center, eh? Because when he came to Miami, good gravy. This year he's just been stinking it up all over the place. Also, Eric Spoelstra's inability to lead as a coach. It seems like, can I be honest? I feel like Spoelstra doesn't even, the only decisions he really controls is who's coming in and out of the game. That's not LeBron James, D. Wade, or Chris Bosh. So, is Haslam or is Chalmers coming out? And I feel like that's the only real power Eric Spoelstra has. I feel like that team is pretty much run by LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. So, it's eerily similar to me to the Fab Five story. UNLV, Jalen Rose and those boys, minus actually winning one title. Even if they do come back and win, this title run still leaves us with more questions and answers. And we reported on this the other day here on the show. This really is Miami's. I think it is their last opportunity, as well as the San Antonio Spurs, to win a championship with this particular set of men. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. We'll finish up breaking down Game 4 with what I think the Spurs are going to have to do to keep this thing going. And keep in mind, no team has ever come back in NBA history from a 3-1 deficit in the finals. So they win tonight, and it's going to be a very, very difficult series, an unprecedented series for the Miami Heat to come back through. All right, we'll finish up breaking down Game 4 for you on the other end of the music break. I got some Kendrick Lamar, some Maxwell, and some Trey Songz for you coming up immediately, guys. We are your student and information station. This is AudioNet Channel 9. If you want to hear something you got on your mind, hit me up, 919-530-7449. If you have a comment you want to make on any of the games previews that we've done so far, also hit me up, 919-530-7479. You can hit us up at Twitter, AudioNet_9, or GJones007, no underscore, no space necessary. Stay tuned, guys. We'll have the Game 4 predictions coming up for you at the end of the break. Here we go.